good? Okay. It looks like we're good. Hopefully you guys can also hear me. And I know we said we are gonna make this a regular thing, a morning thing, and it didn't really happen, but that's exactly what we're planning on doing. We're going to make this something that is happening every morning, where we just go over the news in world football. And today really the biggest news in world football is of course the Euros that's happening. So today I want to go over the Euros. I want to go the quarterfinals start tomorrow. Yeah, they start tomorrow. Altaf. Oh bro, I've missed you. I'm good, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. For you guys that don't know, Altaf has been like one of my biggest supporters since the very start, since I've very started streaming. And because I've not streamed in a long time, I've not seen him in a long time. But I appreciate you, Altaf. Thank you very much for being here. Anyways, back to the point. As I was talking about, the quarterfinals start tomorrow. We have yeah, it's been so long, but again, we're gonna make this a regular thing where we're gonna be streaming every morning. We have this bracket, the bracket of Spain, of Portugal, of Germany, and of France. So far, four of the top five teams that were being talked about. I'm pretty sure I didn't make my top five, but I'm pretty sure that was everyone's top five. It was my top five. It was between France, Portugal, Spain, Germany, and England. England are on the other side, and then the quarterfinals as well. But all the other teams are also there. And what's really going to happen, in my opinion, is that the winner of this tournament is going to come from this bracket. The winner of this tournament will come from the Spain, Portugal, France, Germany bracket. Out of those four teams, will have a winner, especially because these teams will be massively battle tested. They're going to be going, like, all of these teams will be going up with one of the other top five favorites. Whether Spain wins that side of the bracket, whether Portugal wins, or whether France or Germany wins it, there will be battle tested. On the other side, you have England, Switzerland, the Netherlands, and Turkey. Massive shout out to Turkey. Everyone is always interested to see who's going to be the dark horse of the tournament, and so far it has to be Turkey. Turkey's done a fantastic job to get to the quarterfinals. I don't think most people would have them past the round of 16. Even last game, I thought Turkey were going to lose, but they did very well to beat Austria, a team that was able to win their group, even with Spain in that group. But anyways, so on that other side, it's like I'm still trying to be disrespectful to those teams. It's just that the other side, Spain, Portugal, Germany, etc., is so strong. Those teams are so much better, and they're going to be battle tested, that I think if they get to the final, they beat the team on the other side. Of course, football doesn't work like this. As much as we've tried to apply logic to football before, it doesn't work like this. But at least from an outside looking in, or at least from a preview standpoint, that's what I would predict. Now, what we'll do now is look at each team and see what's been like, what their last game looked like in the round of 16. So we're going to be looking at mainly France, Portugal, England, Spain, and Germany. We're going to be looking at the top five and how they performed and how they look like going up to their next matchups. And then towards the end, I have a few players that I really want to look at. I want to look, and there's also a take that Mark Goldbridge had. Mark Goldbridge, if you don't know, he's a massive sports YouTuber, broadcaster, however you want to put it. Probably more like a YouTuber. But we'll be looking at what Goldbridge has to say about Southgate, because I agree with a lot of the points he's made about Southgate so far in the tournament, and I think that his last match reaction kind of encapsulates what a lot of England fans are winning, which is a very lucky England side. But yeah, without wasting any more time, let's move over to the screen. Okay. Oh yeah, the bracket as well. I think that this is going to help. So here's the screen. As I was saying, you have England and Switzerland and the Netherlands and Turkey. They're gonna play in the semi-final, and then the winner goes to the final. And then of course on this side, I was talking about it, but I had it ready. My bad. I just forgot I had it. So the winner is definitely going to be coming out from this side, whether it is Spain and Germany, France and Portugal, Netherlands and Turkey, or England and Switzerland. The winner is going to come from this bracket, because these teams, again, I said it before, I'll say it one more time, they will be battle tested heading into that final. First team we'll look at is France, and France's game against Belgium. I think that the most important game against France, I forgot which team they played, but it was the second game in the group stage where Mbappe wasn't available. Mbappe wasn't available, and he of course had that fracture to the face or to the nose, and he had to go wear that mask. And then that game, it was against the Netherlands, I think. Yeah, it was against the Netherlands. I just said to myself, was it the Netherlands? Yeah, it was the Netherlands, if not mistaken. So yeah, and I just said to myself, this France team, very, very good. From top to bottom. Big Mike, excellent goalkeeper. Very, very solid backline with Saliba and Upamecano. Two very, very good young centre-backs. Excellent full-backs in Fernandes and Koundé. Amazing defense. You've got Rabiot, Tranemi, and N'Golo Kante. And then you also have, where's my boy? Then you also have Camavinga on the bench. Excellent midfield. But the problem we have with this French team is up front. The fact that you have the best player in the world in Mbappe, but then you also have Varane, who's not been in form in the tournament. You have Griezmann, who doesn't seem like he wants to score in the tournament. Actually, let's just see what Griezmann's been like so far in the tournament. I don't want to be, because this is what I like to look at stats. I don't want to be mean to him. So far, yeah, he's played 4 games, started 3. He's averaging around 75 minutes, and he scored 0 goals. So we're getting to my problem. And Mbappe, really, I'm talking about Mbappe being like the savior of the team in a way. But Mbappe himself, he scored 1 goal in 3 games. Again, these tournaments are very short, so I'm not trying to hate on these players so much. But the point remains is the fact that this is a knockout tournament. Knockout tournament where you play few games, you need to have your strikers in form. You need to have your offensive players in form. The Netherlands, who we've always said they had a very good team, very good defense, okay midfield, Gakpo is the top scorer. You have to be clinical in these tournaments or you won't win. And this is my main problem with France, and this is where I think Portugal may be able to exploit France. We'll get into Portugal in a second because Portugal also have their problems. But France mainly is the fact that your strikers or your forwards aren't scoring. Like, I want to go back. They won this game against Belgium, but it was an own goal of Vertonghen. This France team, as good as they are, they've not been very good at putting the ball behind the net. Against Austria, they won 1-0. Then it was this game 0-0 against the Netherlands. Then it was 1-1 against Poland. And both teams, Poland and Austria and even Belgium, you expect this France team to dominate. And it's not like France are just playing awful football. Again, they're creating chances, but the problem is their finishing is not there. And it's like, you have the best player in the world in Kylian Mbappe. Mbappe, this is where Ronaldo, this is where Messi, this is where these players came through for their teams. People talk about, oh, Messi just scored a bunch of penalties in the World Cup. Oh, Messi only scores penalties. But guess what? He was scoring goals. Messi scored, was it like 6, 7 goals in the World Cup? Your top player has to score goals. You only go through if you score goals in the game of football. You have to outscore the other team. So far, France have, 3 goals in the whole tournament? 3 goals in 4 games. If this France team go play Spain, they'll get demolished. They will. And I still think they have a very good defense. It's just that Spain will just create, and they will create, and they will create. And the goals, they may not come from Morata. They might come from Nico Williams. They might come from Yamal. They might come from Openda. Not Openda, sorry. They might come from Fabian Ruiz, Pedri. But the goals will come because this Spain team, they create so many chances that at some point, Spain will score. That's my main issue with this France team, is that they've got a very good team, a very solid team. But offensively, they are not there. Mbappe, 1 goal. Varane, 0 goals. Griezmann, 0 goals. Actually, I want to look because I think it was Mbappe scored. Mbappe scored to see them through against Poland. Who scored the opening goal against Austria? I forgot who it was. And then when they beat Belgium, so they've scored so far from open play without. So France have only scored 1 goal in the whole tournament. The 2 other goals were own goals. This is extremely poor. Extremely, extremely poor. For a team that's meant to be one of the favourites, to only score 1 goal from a striker is impossible. I mean, it's just poor. 7 goals, 3 assists in the World Cup for Leo. Thank you, Altaf. And that's the difference between the GOATs. Oh, I did not mean to show that. That's the difference between the GOAT and your, I don't want to say average players, but the very good players, if you want, is the fact that GOATs will always come through for your team. We need to see Mbappe really come through, or Griezmann, experienced player, or Giroud, or whoever it is. That's my main verdict on France. Very good team, but France need to be scoring goals. And then we'll move over to France's opponent, and that is Portugal. And this Portugal team, now, it's kind of hard for me. I mean, it's not hard for me not to be biased, but I'm always going to be a bit more biased towards Portugal. That's my team. That's who I support in this tournament. And Portugal aren't suffering as much from the problem that France have had, because Portugal have been able to put the ball behind the net. 2-1 against the Czech Republic. I mean, against Czechia in the first game. They demolished Turkey. Didn't do very well against Georgia, and that was a very worrying game because of just the way Spain made Georgia look completely easy. That was a very poor game from Portugal. And then against Slovenia, we go into penalties, which again is not good. So really and truly, in my opinion, the France-Portugal game is evenly matched. But then you look at this Portugal team, and I still think France have a better team. Portugal have a very good team, but the problem for Portugal, again, same things I can say. Nuno Mendes, Pepe, Ruben Dias, Cancelo, and Diogo Costa, fantastic defense. This is one of, if not the best defense in the whole tournament. It's amazing. Pepe and Ruben Dias, amazing partnership. Nuno Mendes and Cancelo not very good defensively, but going forward, these guys will give you trouble. Again, defensively, Cancelo isn't that good, but, And then you, of course, have Diogo Costa. And in that tournament, we saw Diogo Costa have one of the most brilliant performances we have ever seen from a goalkeeper in a penalty stage. It was the first time in my life, at least, seeing a goalkeeper keep a clean sheet in a penalty shootout, which is just outstanding. He won't be spending much time at Porto. Diogo Costa might get a move this summer, if not next summer, because he, as far as goalkeepers go, he's pretty much the hot topic right now. Amazing, amazing player. But the main issue with this Portugal team is up here. This man. I love him. I really do. I love him. I love Ronaldo. If you follow this channel long enough, you know how much I love Ronaldo. But Ronaldo takes away the fluidity that this team naturally has. This team is just naturally fluid. Paulinho, Vitinha, Bruno Fernandes, amazing, well-balanced midfield. You have Vitinha, who's that box-to-box midfielder that you need. And number 8, the link-up between the middle of the pitch and then the attack. Bruno Fernandes created the most chances in the Premier League this season, even playing at Man United. I don't think I really need to spend much time explaining what Bruno does on the football pitch. Paulinho, one of the best defensive midfielders in the Premier League. Once again, this year he had the most tackles. Was it most tackles or most interceptions from any player in the league? So, really and truly, what you have here is a very well-balanced midfield. Then you have Bernardo Silva and Rafael Leão. But then up front, Ronaldo. I really love him, so it's hard for me to be critical of him. But let's just look at Ronaldo's numbers so far in the tournament. He scored 0 goals. He's played 4 games, started 4, is averaging 92 minutes per game. 92 minutes per game over the regular time. And he scored 0 goals. And his offensive stats, let's look at them very quickly. Ronaldo is averaging 5 shots per game. Expected goals of 2. And he has 0 goals. Ronaldo, you are the problem in this team. He's missed 4 big chances. His conversion rate is that of 0%. I love Ronaldo. I really do. But he's playing awful football. And it's like the team is not creating for him, because he's getting 5 shots per game. That is the sweet spot. When I was playing football, when I used to play up front, my coach used to say, Jose, This game, forget about scoring. Just try and get 2-3 shots on target. If you can get 5, amazing. This guy's averaging 5 shots per game over 4 games, averaging 92 minutes per game, which is just also absurd as well. And he has 0 goals. You can't have this massively fluid team and your striker no score with anything. And he didn't even come off in that game. So my question for Roberto Martinez is, you're a good coach. I'll give you that, Martinez. This team looks good. They're playing good football. But this guy cannot start. I am sorry. We need a change. There's no way this guy starts in the next game. There's no way. As much as I love Ronaldo, there's no way he starts. It doesn't happen in any other team. He can't start. Someone who being a Ronaldo fan understand the problem. Thank you, JVM. Yeah, it's like, Ronnie, please, I love you, but it's not working. It's not working. And the alternative really is to play Jota. You could play Jota there. You could play Gonzalo Ramos. You could play João Felix, sorry. It's like, you have alternatives as a false 9. And Ramos has only played 1 game. What was Ramos' stats for League 1 this year? He scored 11 goals in 2019. So not amazing, but still he'll give us something compared to Ronaldo. Jeez, cannot start next game. But yeah, so basically in Portugal, you have a very good team here, but the main problem with this team is Ronaldo. Really, I have to be blunt. I have to be honest. Ronaldo cannot start next game. Point blank. Period. But again, I don't spend too much time on Portugal because there's other teams to go through. And here's the other team that really, really annoys me because I really like this England team. I do. I really do. And because I live in this country, because I have friends that like football, I have to constantly hear these guys complain about this team. I wish we had Harry Kane. Spain wishes they had Harry Kane because they've got Morata up front. France, who said, if any other team of the top 5 that we said, because all other 4 teams are struggling with their striker. Morata's playing well, to be fair. But Germany, Havertz up front, that's a struggle. Portugal, Ronaldo's not scoring. France, Mbappe's the only one that's scored a goal from open play. And England have Harry Kane, the Europe top goal scorer. England have to win. I am sorry. I still think this is the best team. I don't think they have the best defense. I think the defense is all right. They're the best defense. I think they have a very good midfield, not the best midfield. It's like, I don't think England is the best at anything, but just from top to bottom, they are so good. And they don't have any weaknesses. At least on paper, because when you watch England play, that's where you see the weaknesses. And I think the first weakness for England starts with this guy, Phil Foden. You know, the people always say, does Foden play on the left for Man City? And it's fair enough, he does play on the left for Man City. But I think that Foden's role on the left for Man City is much different from his role for England. Because with Phil Foden, you have this player that is extremely talented. Mind you, Premier League player of the season. So his talent is world class. He's one of the very best players in the world. But at City, there's this system that allows him to be successful, which allows him to play on the left, but also allows him to drift in the middle. And then that space that he puts on the left can also be occupied by other players when he's not there. With this England team, not only is Trippier not the best on the left, I just wish we were playing Luke Shaw on the left. I think Luke Shaw would how do I say this? He would compensate for a lot of the things that Foden's lacking. For example, when Foden likes to drift in the middle, I think that Luke Shaw could go in and be that overlapping fullback that England needs. I don't think Trippier's done a good job there. But point being, Foden has been awful. He's like, we can blame Southgate, of course, but Foden's not played good football. He's not been playing well, and the main reason why is because this experiment of playing Foden on the left is not working. You're isolating him too much, and Foden's the type of player that needs the ball at his feet to be impactful. He needs the ball at his feet as much as possible, because he's that finesse player. He creates chances. He can score you a goal. He's double digits in goals and assists this season. But he's being isolated. So my thing is, if you're going to play the system, if you're going to play a system where you want your wingers to be like a Saka type play, where you want your wingers to be out and wide, to be dynamic, don't play Foden. If that's what, and also don't play Eze. Please don't. You have to play Anthony Gordon. If this is the system you want to go with, you have to play Gordon. Even Bowen, I guess, but you have to play Gordon. I think Gordon, for the way that Southgate wants to play, for the way he's setting up his team, Gordon would be the perfect fit for the left-hand side. Yes, you're going to play your best player in Phil Foden, but if this is the way that you want to play, and again, no one thinks this is the right way to play. No one in England thinks what Southgate is doing is a good job. But even just playing devil's advocate here for a second, Southgate, if this really is the way you want to play football, don't start Foden, because he's not going to help your team in this role. You have to play Gordon or find a new role for Foden. But again, is that adaptation is what makes the difference between a good coach and a very good coach and a world-class coach. You look at, for example, what Ancelotti did this season. No striker, pretty much. I mean, let's not be rude to Jose Lu, but for the most part, no striker. You lost Karim Benzema. Ancelotti made it work. With Bellingham, he made it work. You look at Pep, when he lost Aguero, he made it work. Jesus wasn't the goal scorer City needed, but they still won the league that year because Pep made it work. You look at Real Madrid when Zidane came in, the problems in the middle of the pitch with Ramos Rodriguez. You can't really play James, Cruz, Modric. He brought back Casemiro. World-class managers make the right adjustments. They make it work. But Southgate, he just keeps hammering down. I need to play Foden. I need to play Foden. I need to play Foden. Well, if you're going to play Foden, find him a new role. Because this role doesn't work. Or if you really want the system to work, don't play Foden and play Gordon. Point blank simple. Everyone can see it. So why do you keep, it's hurting this team and the way this team plays football and the quality of chances that this team is able to produce. Idris! Yo, we got Idris, we got Altaf. Yo, Altaf, if you're still here, I want to make you, oh, sorry guys, I just keep rambling on about football and I kind of forget you guys are here. Altaf, you are also now a mod as well. Yeah, so Altaf, Idris, you guys have been supporting me since the start. You are moderators. Like, I appreciate you guys so much. I appreciate you guys for always being here. The least I can really do is to make you moderators. So thank you guys. And YouTube name, they had this Hurricane. Oh yeah, no one wishes they had this version of Hurricane. I still think every team would want a striker like Hurricane. But yes, we're going to get into Hurricane's performance in a second. But yes, Hurricane performance has not been the best. Kane dropping into midfield and his own half isn't helping England. Yes, again, we're going to get into that in a second. But if you're telling me, would every other team want a striker that scored 40 goals this season? Yes or no? I think the answer would say yes. Especially because when you look at the performances that these other strikers and these other teams have had throughout the season, it's not been anywhere near as good as Harry Kane. But anyways, we'll get into Harry Kane in a second. But I just really wanna, how do you say, close the book on Phil Foden before I get into the other players. But yeah, YouTube name, good point. This version of Harry Kane is not the best. That is true. But yes, final point on Phil Foden. Either you adapt or you take him off the pitch. It's very simple. The other problem with this team, the second biggest problem with this team, would be Harry Kane. Now, as YouTube name suggested, Harry Kane has not played the best football so far this tournament. Compared to Mbappe, he's been better. Compared to Ronaldo, he's been better. I don't want to spoil it too much on Alvaro Morata, but let's just look at Morata for a second. As bad as Harry Kane is playing, mind you, it's just to show you how good Harry Kane is. Morata only scored 1 goal. Havertz, the pen merchant. Again, look, you're looking at this goal. SofaScore rating is not always the best. He's had this rating of 6.4, which just shows how much of a poor game he's had. He's also had 2 goals. So if you're telling me if other teams wouldn't want Harry Kane, I think that's wrong. I think other teams will definitely want Harry Kane, especially when he's scoring more goals than the other strikers. But anyways, my point remains. Harry Kane. The problem with Harry Kane is not so far. It's not as much as Harry Kane because Harry Kane has always played this way. Harry Kane has always been one to drop deep. And the thing is as I said, if you want to allow Harry Kane to do what he does, you need to play Gordon on the left because this is the way. Because Bayern, they have wingers that are like Sané and Gnabry, wingers that like to be out wide and are dangerous, very dangerous on a one-on-one, and they like to stick to the wing. They don't like to drift in like Foden. At Tottenham, he had Son. If you want Harry Kane to keep playing like this, to drop deep and etc., you're gonna need your wingers to be. You're gonna need your out wing and Phil Foden to be a bit more like Gordon. Saka, I don't think Saka's been. I think Saka's actually been one of the highlights. I think Saka needs to be a bit more brave at times, and just be a bit more direct, which he is. But I just think that Saka, because Foden isn't doing that, we need Saka to do it a bit more, which really isn't fair on Saka. But point being, is the same thing that I said about Foden. Either you change Harry Kane and you add in Watkins if you want to play a different way, or you stick with Harry Kane, but you change the way he's playing, or you change whoever's on the left. It's just, the thing for England really is, it comes down to adjustments. And Southgate is not really making a lot of adjustments, is he? So all I've said about just small adjustments, either stick to what you're doing, or change it because it's not working. And I don't think he'll do either one. I think I'm just here just talking to you guys, and that's it. Because I know he won't do anything. Everyone knows he won't do anything. We're gonna, in a minute, we're going to go over and look at what Goldbridge has to say. But I don't think he will do anything like that. He wishes between Turkey and Holland. I still think the Netherlands are going to. I think the Netherlands have a very good defense, and Gakpo is in form. Gakpo is in form, and I think that's going to be a massive difference between, for example, the Netherlands and when they go up against England. Is the fact that England, they've not been tested yet. I mean, at least defensively. They're conceding goals to weaker teams. When they go up against a team like the Netherlands, who've got how do you say it? Who've got Javi Simmons, who've got Gakpo, who's already scored 3 goals in the tournament, you will suffer. England will suffer. The England team will suffer. So we're gonna get into the Netherlands in a second, but yes, Saka as a defender is such a yes, YouTube name. That's another thing I want to get into. At the end of the game, I was flabbergasted. I really was, because me and my cousin were looking at it and we said, "Wait, is he putting in Palmer and playing Saka as a left back?" Yeah, and this is why he didn't choose Rashford. He didn't choose Grealish. So you're taking away that element of surprise from the bench, and this is really Southgate shooting himself on the foot. It really is what it is. But anyways, point being, adjustments need to be made with this England team if they want to win. The problem is that Southgate is the manager, and I don't believe in Southgate. So I do think England lose to the Netherlands. They might win against Switzerland, but semi-final they lose. Now, going over Netherlands, sorry, Spain first. Going over through the best team in the tournament, and that is Spain. Spain have been the best team in the tournament. They've been playing the best football. If you're a football fan, it's a joy, it's a pleasure, it's a privilege even to watch this Spain team play football. I don't think defensively they are as strong as, let's say, Portugal or France. I don't think their squad as strong defensively, but their midfield is the best midfield in the whole tournament, second to none. Rodri, a top 5 player in the world, the best CDM in the world. Fabian Ruiz and Pedri have been both outstanding. More Fabian Ruiz. I think Pedri can do a bit more, but still, Pedri's Pedri. Then you've got Dani Olmo coming off the bench. It's just, and then they've got a manager in Luis de la Fuente who's actually a real manager. He can also actually make adjustments in the correct manner that can make his team play the type of football that he wants them to play. But similarly to Portugal, I think if less so than Portugal because Morata, at least he scored a goal compared to Ronaldo. But Morata, in a sense, even when he's not scoring, I think Morata gives a lot more to the Spanish team than Ronaldo does. I think Morata, as a player in his overall game, at least compared to where Ronaldo is at this point in his career, I think that Morata gives the team a lot more than Ronaldo. But still, Morata is still a problem in this team. I think Morata, if I had to point out to a problem in this team, it would be Morata. He's the biggest problem. And the two young fellas, Nico Williams and Lamine Yamal, they have been the biggest surprise and the biggest joy to watch in this tournament. These two young lads and the havoc they've been able to cause defenses all tournaments is not talked about enough. And towards the end of the video, I told you we're gonna react to Nico Williams, Lamine Yamal, Javi Simmons, and Goldbridge. And I need to watch these guys play football again because every time I do, I'm just happy. I'm just happy watching them play football. And the main reason why is because we of course know the dominant run that Spain had in the late 2000s, early 2010. So basically from 2008 to 2012, we all know that 4-year dominance that Spain had in international football. But coming to 2014, there was a big problem. The team was changing, they were aging, and then 2016, 2018, the biggest problem you saw with the Spanish team, it was in their, one of the biggest problems per se, it was in their wingers. They didn't really have wingers that would cause other teams a lot of trouble. And now you have the Spanish team who still kept that Barcelona DNA, where they love the tiki-taka, where they are fluid, where they defend well, with the ball and without the ball. But now they have these two young players that are able to do things at will offensively. And it just makes this team that already plays brilliant football even better, even more dangerous. Lamine, my star boy. So yes, so what's going to happen? One thing that's going to happen is Nico Williams is going to get a move this summer. I will be amazed if Nico doesn't move after this tournament for big money. Nico will move this summer. I'm pretty sure of that. And yeah, the young player of the tournament will be between these two. I think even if Spain got knocked out in the groups, in the next game, which I don't think will happen, I think Spain will go on to beat Germany. But even if Spain were to be knocked out, I think that you still have to give the young player of the tournament to one of these players. And you look at the problems we've been talking about Ronaldo not scoring, about Mbappe not being in form, and etc. And you look at the Spanish team, and just like you just see where the goals are coming from. You got Rodri scoring, Williams scoring, Ruiz scoring. You've got Olmo scoring. They create so many chances that they even let the other team. They give the other team a goal in Norman scoring an own goal. So again, I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced with this Spain defense. I still think it's very shaky. But as good as Spain are with the ball, I don't think that is going to be a massive problem. Germany. I think Germany... I think it's unfortunate that so far the two best teams in the tournament are going to go up against each other. And this is where I think Germany lose to Spain. And is in this battle of the midfield. Cruz, amazing midfielder, but we all know that Cruz's biggest liability is his defensive prowess. Gundogan as well, as a 10. I think this midfield will be overloaded. By by Spain's midfield, by Rodri, Pedri, and Fabian Ruiz. The good thing about Germany is that they have the best defense. The same way I said Spain have the best midfield in the league, I think Germany have the best defense in the league as they've been playing as such. Because unlike Portugal, where you have Cancelo, who's a liability defensively, none of these players, whether especially in the fullbacks in Rom and Kimmich, they are not liabilities defensively. Quite the opposite. Then you've got Nico Scotterberg, so if I butchered that, and Rudiger defensively. Then you of course have the greatest goalkeeper of all time in Manuel Neuer. And then if you want, you still have Marcus ter Stegen coming off. And again, it's like it's the same problem for every team apart from England. It's their striker. It's like Kai Havertz up front. I don't like that. I don't like seeing Kai Havertz up front. It just puts me it just makes me uneasy. I don't trust this guy. I don't trust him at all. He scored 2 goals, one of them being a penalty last game. I just don't trust Kai Havertz. I just think if Germany had the better striker, I would pick Germany over Spain just because of how sound they are defensively. But because their striker is Kai Havertz, it's like, how many chances are you gonna have to create? Like, you're gonna have to keep the ball away from Spain. That's already a hard task. And then after that, you're gonna have to create more chances than Spain, which is already again another task. And then you're gonna need Havertz to convert. Again, it's a shame for Germany because I think against any other team they win. I think Germany beat France, Portugal, Turkey, the Netherlands, and England. Which I don't think they beat Spain, and Spain's been the best team in the tournament. Last one, we're going to talk about the Netherlands. Again, I appreciate you guys watching for this long. I appreciate you guys commenting. It really, really means a lot. 49 million release clause. Cucurella has been incredible as well so far. Underrated, yes, Cucurella. Again, that Spain defense, they are not the best. I don't think that they're top 2 or top 3, but they're still good enough. Harvard, it irks me and it's painful to watch. Yeah, I can't watch Kai Havertz. It's already bad enough I need to watch him in the Premier League. Having to watch Harvard in the international stage is painful. And yes, the Netherlands. I don't think the Netherlands are dark horses because they're still a good team, and they were on the easiest side of the bracket. I think the Netherlands can make it to the final. I think that Dutch fans would be disappointed with the team and disappointed in themselves if they didn't make it to the final. And this is where I think this Netherlands team really, really hurts England. This defense in Ake, Van Dijk, De Verge, and Dumfries is also, and then you of course have Berger at the back. England have struggled to score against Slovakia. They struggled to score against what's that team? They struggled to score against easy teams. Just to summarize, the Netherlands is not an easy team to score against. So explain, just okay. As I said before, football is not always about logic. Let's take logic out of football for a second. But this team that's not scored against these smaller teams with way worse defensive setups, how are they going to score against the Netherlands? How? What adjustments can Southgate make, if any at all? Because Southgate showed that his only adjustments has been to take Trent out. That was an obvious one. You can't put Trent in the middle of the pitch. You'll get run free. How did they score against the Netherlands? And offensively, again, England have not been tested yet offensively, seriously. You've got Simmons, who's throughout, not just in the Euros, but throughout the whole year. Simmons has been incredible when it comes to creating chances and being that creator that the Netherlands needs. Then you got Bergwijn and Gakpo on the wing, who are just going to give you a lot of problems. And also with Gakpo being the top scorer of the tournament, I promise you, with the way the England defense has been playing, you do not want to see Gakpo right now. You do not want to see Gakpo. England are going to be seriously, and that is if they make it through against Switzerland. That's if they make it through. Then the pie up front. I'm taking the Netherlands to the final. It's going to be a Spain-Netherlands final, in my opinion. If not Spain-Netherlands, it will be the Netherlands against Germany. Dutch fans, if you don't beat England, if you don't beat Turkey, you should be highly, highly disappointed. Because right now, the path to the final, in my opinion, I don't think it's easy, because you're going to go up against at least on paper, the favorite to win the whole thing. I think that Spain, now that we've seen things unfold, Spain is the favorite to win the whole thing. But at least on paper, England at the start were the favourites. So I don't think it's an easy path because you have to go through England. But with the way England have been playing, I think the Netherlands have a very good chance of making it to the final. Very, very good chance. And so far, Netherlands against Poland 2-1. They were able to hold their own against France. Had a little hiccup against Austria, but then managed to come back and just completely dominate against Romania. But that's it, guys. That's the little preview we've had for the little okay, we won't react to garbage anymore because time is running out. I only wanted to do this for an hour, but yeah, time is running out, so we won't do the little garbage reaction. But yeah, if you're asking me, I think it's a very, very tough hill to climb. Coleman can't make Coleman can't make smart changes though. Koeman can be a bit limited as a coach, but so is Southgate. So if you're gonna ask me between Koeman, all these about how these two teams have been playing, which team I take, I still take the Netherlands. I still take the Netherlands over the way, that England have been playing so far in the tournament. But anyways, guys, as I said, first I want to react to Nico Williams. So we're just gonna change the screen real quick. Perfect. I just want to react to Nico Williams and Yamal, because these two have been, at least so far to me, the biggest draw in the tournament to watch, at least. Just give me 1 second, please. You make sure the stream is running properly. The biggest draw. Give me 1 second, please. Okay, we're good. We are good. Once again, guys, I appreciate all of you for watching. Yamal and Nico Williams, without wasting any more time, let's get straight into it. Now, I left the sound off. Yeah, the new layout is fire, but I left the sound off, guys, just because the battle of mid for real. Yeah, I left the sound off just because of copyright, guys. I hope you guys can understand. I don't want to get copyrighted. An hour streaming, if I get copyrighted, I think that would really destroy my soul. But anyways, without wasting any more time, guys, Nico Williams and Yamal. Let's see what they did against Georgia and how these two are the biggest problem for any opposition. It's that you have this midfield that's just amazing, but then you have these young and look at what they're playing. Just like the minute details, fine details. This is what Freeland is not doing. Look at where Yamal is. He is kissing the touchline. If Yamal takes one step backwards, and look at what Carvajal is. He gets the ball, Carvajal straight away overlap. This is the difference. This is a team that they do this in training over and over and over again. England don't do this. They don't. You don't see it on the pitch. Maybe Walker at times with Saka, but not all the time. It's like for Spain, it's like muscle memory, repetition. Yamal gets the ball, Carvajal, gone. Look at where Yamal is, touching the sideline. No, Rodri, Pedro, Fabian Ruiz, they're already enough trouble in the middle of the pitch. Then you have to deal with those two guys. Damn. And then the ball switches, and look at where Yamal, Nico is. Same thing. One step backwards, he steps off the pitch. They are touching. They are kissing the touchline. Let's carry on, please. And then that's the other thing. Morata may not be the quick feet. That is the second cross I see coming in. Morata may not be the best striker in the tournament, but the amount of chances that this Spain team create is insane. Look at the ball progression. Look at how easy it is for him. How effortless it is. Oh, this cheeky pass from Nico Williams. I'm in love with these two. I'm in love. Good ball there. Takes his time. And his births. This really reminds me of Robben and Ribéry. It's really like, look at that. Poor pass there. I've said this before. Not me, but just in general. Robben and Ribéry, in that prime at least, not only did you have to deal with Schweinsteiger and Toni Kroos and Müller in the middle of the pitch, but then you also had Robben and Ribéry to deal with on the other side. I'm not going to try and put that on these two young guys, but they are not far off. They are not far off, especially with the way they're playing so far in this tournament. And really and truly, I think Williams has been the better of the two. Yamal, that good switch to Nico. And they are both taking that responsibility of taking the corners. Fantastic get from Yamal. They are both so good on a one-on-one, but they also have that Spanish DNA where if we keep it simple, the better. The simpler you keep it, the better. 1, 2 touches, that's it. Triton takes the shot. Block there, but it's that's the fact that they can really ramp it up and, you know, and beat their man on a one-on-one, but they can also make things simple. It's a nightmare matchup. Look at where Yamal goes to win the ball. Look at how deep this Spain pressing is. Yamal follows this guy all the way here. Look at where Spain are concentrating all their forces. 1, 2, 3, 4. They are closing the other team in. Not only are they, and this is what I said, Spain are amazing on the ball and off the ball. Not only are they going to destroy your team, not only are they going to break your team down, but this team is very, very capable of how do you say it? Of getting winning the ball back quickly. And this is that defensive aspect that Spain are also very good at. Fantastic there. Yes, Yamal's only 16. Good pass there from Nico. Then you've got Pedri, Ruiz, and Rodri in the middle. This is easily the best team of the tournament. Good. And they've won every single game. And I think they are the only team so far to win every single game. Portugal lost against Georgia. England drew twice. Who else? Germany. Pardon me. Also drew. Netherlands drew, and Netherlands lost against Austria. So they are of the top 5 teams. They are the only ones. Turkey also lost against Portugal 3-0. They are the only team to win every single game. And again, look at where Nico Williams goes to win the ball. Well done from Yamal, winning the ball at the right place at the right time. Takes the ball inside. Good cross there from Yamal. He loves that little cut in and then cross. He loves doing that. And the pace, especially from Nico, the pace, that touch was perfect. Perfect touch. Good save there from the keeper. Look at how many players Spain have in and around the opposition box. First of all, Georgia very well. They've set up defensively very well. But you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players on the opposition box. It's just a complete massacre, an overload from Spain's part. Fantastic. And this is bound to happen now. They've created so many chances so far, but this is bound to happen. The goals may not come from Morata. They may not even come from the wingers. But because of this overload, the goals will come from somewhere at some point. Excellent from Rodri. Takes it inside Yamal. Good ball. Again, you're seeing just because they just keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 inside the box. They just keep going. They keep hammering the team. And they keep hammering them. There's no surprise they scored 4 goals. Yamal, the excellent cross. What I told you this from the first time, from the first reaction we made of Yamal. from the first reaction we made of Yamal till today, the point remains he loves cutting in and putting that cross in. He loves it. He does it so well. Look at how easy it is. Who is this? Was it? I think he was Fabian Ruiz. He just has to move his head. Perfect cross from Yamal. Perfect technique. One more time, please. Barely misses the goal here. Nico Williams is one of the only white players left in the game today. He's not scared. Takes it in. Pass 2. Has to grab him, but still keeps hold of the ball. Oh my days. Keeps going. Fantastic save. Good cut in there from Yamal. This guy. Imagine if Ansu Fati was still playing at that same level. Spain would be the most dangerous team in the world, I'm telling you. Good pass there from Nico Williams. Clever, creative. Even just he kept it simple as well. He just made the right pass at the right time for Cucurella on the right overlap. Good ball there. Now Nico, he's got space. Gone. This is the goal. Fantastic finish. This is what Mbappe's not been able to do. This is what Foden's not been able to do. This is what Ronaldo. I said Ronaldo. Sorry. This is what Ronaldo's not been able to do. This is what Foden's not been able to do. It's just this ability to just put the ball behind the net at will. Full speed. Gets past him. Nico Williams. This team just looks unstoppable. The only thing that you could say about Spain, you could probably make the argument that they've not really been tested defensively yet. And I think that'd be a good point because again, I also think that this, how do you say it? The Spanish defense is not really being tested so far. But even then, it's like as good as they've been offensively, just keeping the ball away from them, and also the pressing that we've seen so far in this game. That's a task in and of itself, let alone scoring against them. Great 1-2 there. Yamal, he almost scored in 3 chances so far. And he got the assist. 4 with the free kick. Very unlucky not to score in this game, to be fair. 5 chances for Yamal. They just keep creating and creating and creating. Yamal, Nico, look at the pace. Look at where he opens up the play. Quick feet. Good pass there. The pace as well. That's very good defending, to be fair. But anyways, guys, yeah, this is Yamal and Nico Williams, the most dangerous winger duo in the tournament so far. I was going to react to each of them individually, but we are running out of time. But anyways, we'll leave that for tomorrow. There's more time tomorrow morning. I appreciate you guys for watching to the end. If you want to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share, do all these things, please, guys. Again, tomorrow morning we are back. If I am not here tomorrow morning, you are more than welcome to, criticize me if you want to in the comments, etc. I will be here tomorrow morning, and yeah, I'll see you guys soon.